Okay. Please tell us your name and roll number.
So my name is Trupti Das and roll number 3015112.
Okay. So we will concentrate on your optional subjects in this interview. So let us start with crimes and tort. So uh, what do you mean by abatement? What is the concept of abatement? First question in IPC. And second part of the question is, suppose Mr. A abets Mr. B to commit suicide, but Mr. B actually does not commit suicide. What he does is he harms another person, Mr. C, let's say. So will Mr. A be guilty of abatement? That is the second part of the question.
Abatement means an act who is to instigate others or engaging himself in a conspiracy with other persons and inciting others or some or doing some act or omission. Abatement. The second part of the question is if the if that person who is abated causes injury to another person. And that injury is probable cause is a probable cause of the act abated, probable result of the act abated, then it will be an abatement.
Okay. So what is the concept of criminal conspiracy and what are the ingredients of criminal conspiracy?
Criminal conspiracy means an act of doing illegal act or uh, act of doing an illegal act or an act or an illegal act which is not illegal by illegal means is said to is known as criminal conspiracy. Uh, uh, the agreement of the it is provided that the agreement which is an agreement to do an offense which is for an agreement to do an offense, the overt act is not necessary, but an agreement for doing any other act. And other than the criminal conspiracy, some other act is necessary to be
So under the Indian Penal Code, tell me how sedation, the crime of sedation has been dealt with. What is sedation? What are the penal provisions for sedation under Indian Penal Code?
Sorry, sir, I have not gone through it.
Okay, so here just check section 124A, very important and a controversial section, so you can get questions on this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Under Indian Penal Code, can you tell me what is the concept of intimidation? Is there any concept of intimidation, criminal intimidation? Suppose Mr. A goes to Mr. B and threatens him that, if you don't do this and this, then I'll come and I'll, kill you, or I'll do this to you, physical harm. So that will be, so this, Mr. A will be charged with what under IPC?
Criminal intimidation. That is some harm is caused to reputation, either reputation or property or body. Section 503. Sir.
Okay. And coming to the other part, that is torts. So can you tell me what is vicarious liability? What are the components of vicarious liability? First part of the question. Second part of the question is, in India, under Indian law, okay, is there any liability of the husband for the torts committed by his wife?
So vicarious liability means the person is liable for the act which is not committed by his fault, but the fault of others. So, sorry, sir. Second part of the question.
Under Indian law,
Okay, sir.
the husband, is he liable for the uh, torts committed by his wife?
No, sir, I don't know.
You can just check that. Okay. Acha, what is the vicarious liability of the state? That means the people who work for the state, a police officer, a government servant, if they commit, okay, any tort. So, to what extent the state is liable for that?
The state is liable for the act which is authorized by it to the public servants.
Yes, you can elaborate that a little bit. Okay. So, what you do is you go through this part. Okay, this vicarious liability of the state, and you can distinguish between when there will be a liability of the state and when there will be no liability of the state. Okay, last question from Tots. What is the difference between strict and absolute liability?
The- Sorry, sir, I cannot recollect it.
Okay, it is fine. Your second optional is personal law, right?
Yes, sir.
So what are the different types or forms of marriage that you know under Mohammedan law?
Forms of marriage. So, valid marriage, void marriage, and mutta marriage. Uh,
If you get any question related to Mohammedan law, it would be better if you can give the wording in Urdu. Okay, what is the customary name for that, right? So that will add to the
passive marriage,
uh, uh,
passive marriage. Sir, another is cannot recollect.
okay. Under Islamic law, can a Muslim man marry non-Muslim woman, and what are the rules for that?
Muslim. No, sir. Muslim man cannot marry.
No.
No, sir. It is
Can you
called
put
as
it? Hmm.
impediments, such as qualified impediments, which can be removed. It is called.
How? How it can be removed?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Uh, Currently, what is the position of Indian law, okay, or the Muslim law in India related to maintenance to be paid by a husband uh, to his wife after divorce?
After divorce, to be to his wife.
Under Muslim law.
Under Muslim law, a woman now, a Muslim woman is entitled to maintenance from her husband during iddat period also, and after that, after divorce, she shall get the maintenance.
Okay. Now coming to the Hindu laws, Hindu code. So under Hindu personal law, especially related to adoption, can a married couple, Hindu married couple, who are having a son and a daughter, can they adopt? Suppose they have a biological son and a daughter, okay, and still they want to adopt another child, Hindu child. Can they adopt?
No, sir. Hindu man or woman having a son or daughter cannot adopt.
Okay. A Hindu unmarried lady, she wants to adopt a boy, Hindu boy. So what are the rules for that?
Sir, sorry, sir.
A
Can
Hindu unmarried lady
okay, sir.
wants to adopt a Hindu boy.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Can she adopt? Number one. Second is what are the rules she has to follow?
She must be of age of 20 year 20. She must be elder than 20 and elder of that person who is going to be adopted from 21 years more than the person.
Only that much? Okay. So can you tell me the first and second class, the classes of hires under Hindu Succession Act, and you can give me examples of each four categories.
Sorry, sir, I cannot hear.
Under Hindu Succession Act, classes of hires, okay, and in each of the four types of hires, give at least two examples.
Class 1 air, class 2 air, agnet and cognate.
Correct. Examples now.
Examples: class 1 air, mother, widow. Class 2, sorry, sir, I cannot call.
Okay. So what is your other optional that you've taken?
Transfer of property.
Property. What are the exceptions to transfer of property? What are those properties which cannot be transferred?
Properties which cannot be transferred are dealt under Section 6 of the Transfer of Property Act. They are the space successionist, right to sue, right to re-entry, right to maintenance, right to personal um, right to future maintenance, right to stipend pensions and personal rights, um, right of unauthorized, untransferable right of occupancy.
Okay. So what is the concept of lis pendens? And what are the exceptions to lis pendens? Suppose litigation is going on. In that litigation also, the property can be transferred. Is there any exception?
Um, uh, Lease pendants means nothing new should be introduced while a suit is still pending in the court of law. A party cannot transfer any property or otherwise dealt with at the time of when the litigation is pending in the court. If he does so, then the transferee is bound by bound by the decision of the court. But it's not applicable to the transfer which is authorized by the court.
Okay. Um, so under Transfer of Property Act, um, can you tell me where is this concept of either directly or indirectly of adverse possession? Suppose I take over a government land, okay, and for 50, 55 years I am enjoying it. Will the title be transferred to me in that case? And what is the law in case of this? I'm talking about government land. What is the case in what is the law in case of private land also? Have you heard about the law of adverse possession?
Yes, sir. That is Limitation Act.
Yes, correct.
27 of the Limitation Act.
Is it applicable in Odisha, or Odisha has done something? We have our own acts here.
Yes, sir. Applicable rules.
এটা opportunity দেখিবে, okay, regarding this
Adverse position.
adverse possession application in Odisha. Okay, ଆମେ ଆମ local laws ଅଲଗା ଟିକେ ବନେଇଛୁ. Okay, take this. Okay, fine. So overall ଠିକ ଅଛି. ଆପଣ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିବେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ Canada ଆପଣଙ୍କର ମେ ବି କିଛି ନ ବି ପଚାରି ପାରନ୍ତି, ଖାଲି CRPC ଆଉ IPC evidence ଏଇ type of questions ପଚାରି ପାରନ୍ତି. Can ask anything. But still ନିଜର subjects ଗୁଡା ଟିକେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଥର ହବା ପାଇଁ ପଡିବ. Okay, ତ ସେଇଟା ପୁରା ପୂର୍ବର in depth ନୁହଁ, ଯୋଉଟା general questions ଯୋଉଟା ପଚରା ହେଇପାରେ ସେଗୁଡା ଟିକେ note ଯଦି ଆପଣ ବନେଇଛନ୍ତି, ନହେଲେ ଆ ଭିତରେ at least important ଜିନିଷର ଟିକେ ଟିକେ ସେଟା ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦେବେ ସେଇ part ଗୁଡା. Okay, ଠିକ ଅଛି. If you have to mark you out of 100 for today's interview, you will get somewhere around 65 to 70. ठीक ଅଛି, ତ ତାକୁ ଟିକେ ଆଉ 15 marks push କରନ୍ତୁ up to 80 to 85. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.